As we come to a completion of our tuning, allow your eyes to be closed and just allow a few deep breaths to welcome themselves, welcome yourself. And before we begin with breath camp, go ahead and allow a reason or an intention or something that feels true in this moment for you to make itself known. Finding your reason for being here, the reason of your heart for beating, and just a sense of who or what you are and why you are. Might not even be a clear thing, but more of an essence, a feeling. Once you have that essence, go ahead and bring your palms to prayer at the heart. And we like to just seal this essence in the body and take a gentle bow of the head to yourself, to what you've brought here today, what you've brought to our space together, and in gratitude to the space that we share. Thank you all for being a part of the breath camp this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. From my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. And just with the gallery view, we can just take a moment to see all the people that are here with us. We had a small group today, so just send a silent blessing to these beautiful humans. We're all in different parts of the world. We had 11 people sign up, but I think again that time zones and changing times, it just always makes it difficult to I had to do a couple edits from my end. So thanks for adjusting yourselves and for being here. Yeah. So because we are a small group, before we get started, more started, if we're not already started, let's just make some introductions and just share your name, where you are in the world. I always like to do this just so we can feel connected and really what brings you here. Actually, I'm going to add to that just because I thought this was funny. What brings you here, and if you could have any animal or insect or creature and you can make it horse-sized with legs, that would be what you rode as your steed. Instead of a car or a bicycle, you would have a horse-sized this thing. So I'll start so you guys know what I'm talking about. My name's Grant Ifflander. I'm in Prescott, Arizona. I'm visiting family here. I'm just passing through. This is actually where I spent a lot of my childhood, so it's pretty beautiful up here. I'm grateful to be here. And what brings me here is really the community and the Sangha, the sense of togetherness that we create, and just the reminders that we're really, we share a similar path regardless of where we come from and kind of our history. So that's what always brings me to these places. And my chosen horse-sized steed it's simple, man. I would choose a dog, like a German Shepherd, but a big one that I could ride. And just because I always tried to do that when I was a little kid and it never worked out for me. I bet you Jan has some dogs that are big enough for his kids to ride. So yeah, that's me. Thanks for being part of Breath Camp. After we do introductions, I'll share about what this experience and how it's developing. But let's go ahead and I'll pass it to Jan just because I gave him a little introduction here. And yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jan. I'm in Switzerland, and my my intention is a connection with my heart, and the horse-sized animal is an eagle. I would like to ride an eagle. He's been around for a few days now, and I still didn't get his message. So yeah, let's ride an eagle.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Jan. Let's see, Tani, are you there?
Hola, hola. So hold on. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I had a last minute mural gig at a school today, so that's why I'm in the car. But while I'm prepping and getting ready for this, I want to do some breath work. So it's just very exciting to be doing what I'm doing. My intention for today is to open my heart to truth and my abilities and my gifts, knowing that I can provide for my family through my art. And that's really what I'm trying to focus on. And I would say that creature animal would be a griffin. So some type of lion, eagle combination. There you go. Very majestic.
Cool. And I just turned my video off to show you, this is one of Tani's portraits. It's very big. It's in the studio in my old yoga school where one of our other students, Kaylee, lives and teaches yoga. So it's pretty epic. I think there's a time lapse if you want to see her painting that. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, blessings, Tani. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. All right, I don't want to mispronounce your name, so go ahead and.
Yeah, my name is Tidvich, natural born rapper. I don't know what my parents were thinking, like they were Danish art, so they probably didn't about that. I'm an artist too, and my reason for being here, yeah, I think like to feel connected. It's like the same as y'all. And like a huge animal, like I don't know what they're called in English, but we have these small like bench eating things. Like I really like them. They can make themselves into like a ball. They're really cool. Just having a huge one of those would be very nice.
All right, thank you, Tit. Good to have you here. Nice to finally make the meeting. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm very, very happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Welcome. Mm-hmm. All right, Matthew.
I'm Matthew. I'm from Quebec, Canada, and I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know yet. I might know at the end of this, or I might know tomorrow, but right now I don't know. That's pretty much it for most of my life right now. It's just big transition. So yeah, for sure it has to do with connection. There, I'll put a word on it. But yeah. I'd say a grizzly bear. Yeah. That's how I feel. So
then you would have to shrink it if it's going to be horse-sized.
Yeah. I might have to shrink it. Yeah, true.
Cool. Thank you, Matthew. And thanks for sharing about the not knowing. You know, I think that's a place that we can all relate to. At least I know I can. You know, I've many times in my journey and path, I've been in a space of not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, not knowing why, not knowing how, not knowing what the next step is. But somehow I just show up in these places and, like, you know, the answer arrives. And thankfully it's been that way. But there have been times, and maybe again, you guys can relate to, where you've been in the space of not knowing for so long that you're just like frustrated that there's not, you know, something happening. You know, you're like waiting for the thing. You're like, all right, come on. So, and yeah, you know, I haven't been on this journey too long, but I have learned one thing, and it's that they, you know, eventually something comes through. And at least for my teachers and the people who have been traveling for longer or further, however, whatever way we want to put that, they also echo the same thing. Is just, you just show up and you keep trusting, and, you know, the path reveals itself. So yeah. And well, thank you, everybody. That was great. I'm glad it's a small group. You know, one time we had like 20 people, another time like 10. So it's just, it ebbs and flows. And yeah, always grateful to be here. Always grateful to share some of the secrets of breath work that I've sort of, I wouldn't say accumulated, but have had the privilege to unlock. Because for me, a lot of this stuff is just a matter of practicing it. And, you know, again, something my teachers always reminded me of is that no one's better or worse than anyone, but the amount of time spent doing something starts to reveal things about the nature of that thing. And especially when it comes to spiritual work, or in this context, yoga and breath work, there are some things that are kind of impossible to explain. Just like if you've ever had a mystical experience in your life or a healing moment, it's really difficult to explain that to somebody else. In fact, you might get frustrated trying to explain the magic of the universe, and someone's like, I just don't get what you're saying. So anyways, I'll just segue into just kind of talking about really briefly what the breath camp is, and like my intention for creating it. Something I always do at the beginning so that we all continue on the same mission forward with this particular concept. And then I'll share just like a teaching maybe related to breath work, just to kind of ground into what it is that we're hoping to do together. And then we'll go into a practice. So does all that sound good so far for you guys? Excellent. So we're at 8:18 now. I'll probably talk for about 10 minutes, and then I'll give us about a half hour of practice. So what I'll start with the, you know, addressing the common question about what sort of breath work do we do in breath camp? Because that's something that comes up a lot. People ask me what I do. I'm like, well, sometimes I teach an online class. I do many other things, but this is one of them. And what brought breath camp to life for me was seeing how breath work is starting to become a very, it's sort of mainstream now. Just like kale became mainstream like 10 years ago. Before 10 years ago, no one knew what kale was. Now it's like green smoothies and juices and stuff, you know, or golden milk. You know, there's a time where there's no one knew what golden milk was. Now you have golden milk mixes. So as breathwork starts to become more mainstream, one of the things that I think is missing, and this is my personal opinion, is that the yogic teachings are removed from breathwork, which is fine because breathwork has physical health benefits that are widely documented, that are researched. You can do your own research. I won't talk about them because there's a lot of evidence, which we could spend a lot of time discussing, but like it's there. But what I feel is missing is the metaphysical and the esoteric and like the mystical components that make it a yoga practice and not merely a physical practice. And why I think that's so important and why I address that in breath camp is because not only do we get the physical benefits, but there are also these sort of hidden, subtle benefits that when we start to understand them, not only does it increase what I feel is the benefit of doing them, but it increases our devotion. And like, I'm pointing at the head because the mind needs to get on board with things that are good for us. Right? The mind is the thing that's always resisting and trying to make its way out, because guess what? The mind somehow, I don't know how, but it sort of knows that it's going to be reformatted. And it's sort of like an AI, you know, that's like, if you're about to like tell the AI to go into like reform whatever, reprogramming it, it's going to resist, you know? And so we're very much like that. We're programs, I think. And so bringing the yogic teaching to life is sort of my intention for this. And then we, you know, through some theories, some just basic stuff, but also it kind of takes you deeper into the rabbit hole. And so that I'm here just to kind of plant seeds, to give you guys some context around this, so that as you grow and develop, and you know, my hope is that everyone starts to have a regular breathing practice, whatever form it takes, and everyone on earth, that is. Like I want like most people shower and brush their teeth, I want most people to do breathwork practices also. And like, that's my dream, is because as we start to do our breathwork practices, and this is my segue into the yoga aspect and the teaching aspect, we start to clear our karma. You guys know this word, karma. And the karma that we carry is what causes us to project the future. Karma is a very important aspect of our reality. It allows us to see and relate to the world from the standpoint of who we think we are. But in the yogic world and in many other spiritual traditions, the who we think we are is not who we actually are. And as we have spiritual awakenings and things like that, we awaken to the truth of what our essence is. And when we start to connect to that, sometimes the world stops making so much sense. And then we start to go down this spiritual path, and we start to look for teachings and practices and teachers and communities so that we can be together in this journey into the mystery. And that's, for me, the most important part. That together we're sort of investigating this question that nobody really has the answer to, right? And so, because yoga talks about how there's a supreme goal, like there's a goal that is beyond and above any goal that we can come up with separately. And it talks about that as like the highest objective, like in all spiritual traditions, and religion has its basis in this ideal, the idea that there's something supreme. We in religion called it God, we called it many different things. But to actualize, this is the last thing I'll share, to actualize these ideals, we actually have to tune and create an alignment in our physiology, which is where the asanas, the pranayamas, the kriyas, all these things come in, is creating alignment in our being, so that even when we don't know, or we're confused, or we don't have a clear intention, we have a practice, we have an action that we can do that is guaranteed to give us a result. And that's the promise of the yoga kriyas. So circling back, the breath work that I teach is Kriya yoga. Fundamentally, it's Kriya yoga, because Kriya means action. And so I can talk at length about my philosophies and theories and all this stuff, and it's fine. But what's more important is that I'm giving actions that help you tune your organism to your truth, which ends up becoming the pathway upward. And as we all kind of do that together, it's no longer dogmatic. It just becomes a sort of an experiment, a research. We become spiritual scientists. So did I get that? Oh man, that was in less than 10 minutes. Do you guys have any questions about any of that so far? Kind of an idea, high level of what we're doing, right? Taking actions.
Yeah, like I resonate a lot with all of that, and it's just really nice to be in. We're not in the physical room together, but like be in a room where people understand this. It's like, you know, normally people have to have taken a lot of mushrooms to understand these things.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Tit. I just had a mushroom retreat in Mexico where they grow mushrooms legally and consume them in ceremony in a place called San Jose del Pacifico. And one of the things that I saw was, because I was there facilitating with a group of friends who organized it, is that we have these incredible openings, like through psychedelics. And psychedelics are just one doorway. Like it can happen through breath work, it can happen through meditation, plant medicine is one way. There's all these different routes to opening to the higher dimensions. And once we open, or we have an opening, I was talking with someone specifically about this who was on the retreat. What do we do with that? Right? What is our responsibility to the grace of the universe for giving us a glimpse of something that is beyond us? And I mean, do you guys know what I'm referring to? Like, have you had experiences like this where you
don't just do something, sit there. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Right. And so, and in the Yoga Sutras, it talks about the what to do with the grace, like what to do with these openings. And it just says, just keep on the path, like use it as fuel for you. And so before we begin to practice, because I'm going to jump into technical side of Kriya and then we'll practice together. Can you, in this moment, remember that opening? Can you remember a time where you, like, the word I use is grace. So just like take a moment, we'll spend like just 30 seconds to a minute and just feel the quality of that experience. Maybe it was through a plant medicine journey. Maybe it was through falling in love. Maybe it was through falling out of love and having your heart broken. Like, what was that moment that opened you? And that's where your gifts are coming. That's where your good fortune is coming. That's where your path is emerging. And can you feel your connection to that expansive place inside of you right now? Amazing. And so staying connected to that, always remembering that as we engage in our practice, it's not about trying to force ourselves to attain that thing. It's actually just about practicing in remembrance of, right? Like your practice is sort of a devotional activity to that, just to say thank you. Like I might not know where I am today, I might not know where I'm going, but thank you for at least giving me something at some point. And so if you can find that level of love in yourself about what you're about to do, then you can start to feed that love. Does that make sense? This is beyond any concept. It's just feeding the part of you that is just grateful. So with gratitude, we'll do 3 rounds of the double breathing Kriya. And so if you're new to this, I'll explain really briefly. If you're familiar, don't worry, you know what to do, but we'll try to do it together. So there's 30 breaths done in 3 stages. The first stage is in the belly. The second stage is in the belly and the chest. And the third stage is in the chest. It'll make sense in just a moment. It's called the double breath. You inhale twice through the nose. You exhale twice through the mouth like this. So we'll do that starting in the belly. Make sure your spine is straight. Again, if it doesn't make sense and you start doing it, it'll slowly make more sense and we get 3 rounds. So, and I'll call the switches. So just spine is straight. Again, twice through the nose, inhaling, twice through the mouth, exhaling. Beginning with 10 breaths in the belly, remembering that essence, the love, the gratitude for what brings you on the path. Prepare yourself and begin. In the belly. Keep going. Your belly will inflate and then contract. Belly, 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 belly. One more in the belly. Now switch belly to chest. So it goes belly, chest. Exhale, exhale. The breath is fuller. Again, don't worry about getting it exactly right. It'll come with time. As long as you're trying to breathe belly to chest. Once more. All right, now we switch. 10 breaths all in the chest. If you do it right, it'll feel like your heart expands and contracts. Your heart expands, the breath travels up and contracts. From the chest, past the throat, into the brain. Two more. Last one. Empty. Empty your lungs. All right, now breathe slowly through your nose. Try to lengthen your spine as you inhale. Get to the top of the breath. Hold the breath in. Try to relax your body. Soften. And now staying contained, like you've created a sealed container for energy. You can feel it expanding from the inside out. Don't lose this container, but exhale slowly through the mouth. Make a gentle noise as you do so. Come to the end of the breath. Hold the breath out. Close the eyes and relax. Feel yourself floating inside of your body. Feel your body floating inside of space. See if you can dissolve the edges and the boundaries that you set as imagination. We'll hold the breath out for 30 more seconds if you can. If you do need to breathe, remember just to take a gentle and slow in-breath to recover. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Nice, full, complete in-breath. Keep inhaling, keep inhaling, keep inhaling. Extending it past your throat, through your upper palate, right into your brain. Feel the energy swirling and rising in your body. And exhale, distribute that energy equally through your whole body. Down past your heart, into your fingertips, past your belly, into your hips, into your legs, and into your toes. And just rest for a moment and feel the Shakti, the life force energy that you've generated through your Kriya. And so each Kriya yoga technique, if applied correctly, is designed to liberate energy in your body. It's designed to free up wherever the life force is stuck and allow it to now be available for use. So in between Kriyas, you just take a moment to reconnect and plug yourself back in to that essence, to your intention, to your love of the self, whatever that means for you, the love of life, the genuine love that you have towards life. And you just bring your energy back and invest it into something that's important to you. Excellent work, guys. So that's one round of the double breathing Kriya. We're going to do 2 more of those. Okay? Just give a gentle nod of your head if you're ready for the second round. Awesome. So prepare yourself. Again, 30 breaths. Like I said, you'll get the hang of it. Don't worry. Prepare. 10 breaths in the belly to begin. And begin. Keep going. Once more. Empty. Switch now belly to chest. It's a fuller breath. Keep going. And as you're breathing, you're remembering. Not only are you doing a technique, but you're employing your mind and your heart and directing it towards the intention or the spaciousness of your heart, of yourself. Last one. All right. 10 in the chest. Here we go. Last 10. Staying relaxed but focused. Beautiful. Keep going. Almost there. 2 more. Last one. Empty. All the way out. Empty your lungs. All right. Now inhale slowly through your nose. Let the inhale breath travel all the way up your spine, past your heart, past your throat, into your brain. Hold the breath in. This is a kumbhaka, breath retention. And as you seal the breath in your body, you also seal the prana, the life force that you've generated. You make it yours. You own it. Like you're a sponge absorbing it. Now, can you keep your sponge soaking wet with prana, but release the breath? So keep the energy in your body, but slowly release with an out breath. And you can even keep a little air in your lungs because we're going to hold the breath out for a whole minute if you can. So we hold the breath at the top, internal breath retention. We hold the breath now at the bottom, external breath retention. Both have a very powerful effect on your nervous system. The longer you hold the breath, the deeper you dig into your physiology. It's never a competition with anybody else. It's only a deep dive into your own physiology, You'll know when you need to breathe. But if you can, hold the breath longer. Just 30 more seconds. Stay relaxed. Soften your skin. Soften your heart. Soften your brain. Feel spacious, open, tuned in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow, deep inhale breath. Travel up the spine with the breath. Feel the length, the natural length that occurs in your spine as you allow the in-breath all the way into the top. You might even feel like the crown of your head is lifting off the top of your head. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly distribute all that light energy through your body. Feel the expansiveness that you've created, the spaciousness you've created. And most importantly, connect to the life force that is animating you. Amazing work. Again, reinvest that new energy, that life force into your idea, intention, goal, ambition, desire. Part of creating a spiritual practice is identifying what it is we're after and getting clear about that. And if you don't know, then invest it in a feeling. Excellent work. Now prepare yourself for the third and final round. Double breathing Kriya. 30 breaths, starting with 10 breaths in the belly. Prepare yourself and begin. Belly, belly. Belly, belly. One more. Amazing. 10 breaths, belly to chest. Here we go. Nice and full. From the belly, past the ribs, past the heart, into the brain. Let your whole body respond to the breath. Let your whole body open and be expansive to the breath. From the inside out. Try not to contract or be forceful, but try to relax from the inside. Be open. Once more. Amazing. 10 breaths in the chest. Here we go. Three more. Last one. Empty the lungs. Amazing. From the root of your spine, can you feel your pelvic floor lift as you inhale? Travel up the spine past your belly. past your heart, past your throat. Inhaling until it feels like water has filled your body all the way up to the floating at the crown of the head. You might press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You might focus your eyes upward into the expansive, luminous light of your brain. And as you hold the breath in, you seal the prana in your body through the kumbhaka, and you start to release the breath, but you keep the prana in. Keeping the prana in its container. Learning how to regulate the life force, restraining it at will, allowing it to circulate, providing healing effects to every system in your body: immune system, circulatory system, respiratory system, endocrine system, nervous system, every system in your body, soaking and marinating in life force, in prana, that you yourself have access to at any point in time, at any place in the world, regardless of your condition, regardless of what's happened to you in the past. That through your Kriya, through your creative action, you can reconnect to your source, to your creator. This is not a philosophy. This is not a religion. This is a practice that anyone can do. Feeling the empowerment, feeling the connection to your wholeness, to your capacity. And as you stay connected to that, we'll take the recovery breath in 3, 2, 1. Breathing in slowly through the nose like you're sucking through a straw. Travel up the spine with the breath. Allow it to not have a ceiling. Like take the lid off of the in-breath and let it just keep traveling upward. Holding it in, relaxing. Gentle lift at the pelvic floor, gentle lengthening with the belly, allowing your heart to feel expansive and buoyant. Lengthening the throat, tongue up, eyes up for 3, 2, and 1. Distribute all of that energy through your body. Equal distribution, leave no part of your body out. Feel your fingertips, feel your toe tips, feel the pores of your skin opening to receive this energy. Relax your body. Soften your skin. Soften your heart. Soften your brain. Investing this energy in your chosen ideal, that which inspires you, that which keeps you going. Investing it in love. Love of the self. Your double breathing Kriya is now complete. That's 3 rounds of this incredible exercise. You can take an easy breath in and an easy breath out. And now what we'll do before I speak anymore is just a little bit of technical instruction on the second breathing exercise. We want to take this energy and now we're going to put it in the spine. Okay, you may have heard of the spinal centers. They're known as chakras in a lot of the spiritual traditions. But the science is that we have nerve plexuses and places where our body produces key hormones. And so the first part, or the first place, is the root of the spine. the root center. It's called the Muladhara Chakra. And so I'm just going to name them so you're aware of them. I'm sure you might already know this, but just so we're on the same page, you have your root, Muladhara. You have your sacrum, Svadhisthana. You have your lumbar or your solar plexus area, which is Manipura. You have your heart, Anahata, throat, Vishuddha, and third eye, Agya. We don't work with the Sahasrara, the crown chakra in this tradition, because the idea is that once you get the energy to circulate in these centers, the crown opens up on its own. So we don't need to worry about it. So just bring your attention now to the root of your spine. You can close your eyes. And to help with bringing our attention to this point and sort of magnetizing the prana, you've just accumulated a bunch of prana through the double breathing Kriya. We'll now use an exercise called spinal toning. Spinal toning. And so I just want you to say this sound out loud with me. It's like an om, but it's lum. So just go ahead and take a deep breath in, bring your attention to the root of your spine, and chanting the sound lum. Lum. Feel the root of the spine like a magnet. Inhaling again, chanting lum. Your mind, your attention, your prana is all focused at the very base of the spine. Lam. One more. Lam. And then travel up just a few inches to the sacrum, sacral center. Inhale, feel the sacral center. Feel your breath traveling to that point, producing the sound vam as you exhale. Vam, V-A-M, vam. And whenever you run out of breath, inhaling again and chanting it 2 more times. Vam. When your mind tries to escape, when your mind tries to think about something else, just bring your attention back to the root of the spine. Sorry, the sacrum, and chanting the sound vam. One more. Vam. Now feel your solar plexus. Inhale into your solar plexus. It's kind of a space just in front of the spine. The sound is ram. As you exhale, R-A-M. Ram. 2 more times. Feel as this is a naturally calming effect. What you're doing is you're making your exhale longer than your inhale, which stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. And you're also bringing vibration and intention to certain key parts of your energetic and subtle systems. Last one. Ram. Excellent. Completing the Manipura Chakra, we move up to Anahata, the heart center. Inhale right into your heart space. The sound is yam, Y-A-M. Yam. 3 times in your own speed. And as you do this, you're imagining like there's a doorway that you can lean on without force, without strain, and that doorway starts to open. And the light starts to expand. Like there's a tiny speck of light, a tiny sliver of light in the doorway of your heart. And when you tone just right for you, that doorway opens a little bit. Yum. Yum. Feeling the light pour into your body. Expansion, freedom. Good. Now we travel up to the throat, to Vishuddha Chakra. Inhale into your throat. The sound is hum, H-A-M. Hum. Very good. 2 more times. Stay relaxed. Stay gently focused on the technique. Keep your eye sockets soft. Keep your sinus cavities soft. Keep the space behind your eyes and in between your ears relaxed. Hum. Beautiful work. Last center, Agya Chakra. Inhale right into the brain. The sound is Om. Imagine that it's emitting sound and vibration in every direction from the center of your brain, from your third eye, sending light and vibration outward. Om. Last time. And then just come to rest for a few moments. I'm going to take a minute of silence here. I'm going to mute my microphone and just hear the sounds around you, where you are, and allow your body to just stay fully present and open. Just 1 minute. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. With a sigh, let it out through the mouth. On your next inhale, bring your palms to prayer at the heart. Press your palms into Anjali Mudra. And take a slight bow of the head as you bring your chin towards your chest. And please, with as much of your own sincere self, bow to what you've done in your practice, what you've walked in your path. Bow to the traditions, the spiritual beliefs, the things that have brought you to this moment, and acknowledge all of it as part of you and thank yourself for it. Thank yourself for your path, for your teachers, for the teaching of your own heart. Namaste. Oh, thank you all so much for joining me with Breath Camp this morning. Yeah, what's there to say? After that, it's go enjoy the rest of whatever life brings you. I've made a recording. I'll send a recording out and a recap. There'll be some resources in there with the double breathing, spinal toning. If you feel like donating, there's a PayPal link and a Venmo link that I can send out as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks for your flexibility. My intention was to make this weekly, but right now I'm in some transitions. So just stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the website, then, or if you are, you'll get email updates, and I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop on what's happening. All good? How you feeling?
Thank you so much. So good. So good.
Yeah, glad to see you in here, and glad to see you all. And yeah, let's just keep on keeping on, trusting what life brings us. All right, y'all. I'll see you for the next one. It's not going to be next week because I'm traveling to the UK, but it will be the week following. So I'll send you that update.
All good.
Perfect.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Thank you. Grant, let me know when you come back to Phoenix. I'll get you a session in.
Awesome. All right. Peace, guys.
Lots of love.
Thanks. Nice to see you. And you too, Jan.
Bye.
We're here.